hope lives always. And it's not just something in the future, but it can be something in the present as well. Years ago, I went to New Orleans to rebuild after Hurricane Katrina, one of the worst hurricanes to ever hit the Gulf Coast of the United States. The actual land area of Hurricane Katrina was about the size of Minnesota. That's how widespread the damage was. And like many college students at that time, I went down to that area to help rebuild and help in any way that I could. That put me in a home where I was gutting out the walls that had been waterlogged from 10 feet of water. And as I'm trying to save anything that can be saved from this house, I find these photographs of a little girl's birthday party. And in these photographs, I'm watching her unwrap presents and I'm seeing this excited expression on her face. And then I looked in the corner and saw many of those same presents broken and destroyed from the floodwaters that sat in that house for almost a month. A few days later, I met that little girl as she and her family came to see how far we had gotten in the cleanup. And as her parents and her grandparents looked on to the house that had almost been reduced to nothing but beams and boards because the drywall and the insulation and everything had to be removed, she was playing in the yard as if joy was still present even in the shadow of her former life. She wasn't looking for those toys that got broken. She wasn't hanging on to something. She was enjoying that moment, experiencing joy in that moment. And that's a reminder to me right now that we could just stop in place and set our entire lives on dreaming for the future. We could stop in place and look back on the past on what we don't have anymore. Or we could play in the yard and realize that hope exists right here, right now. Because hope lives always.